Diets suck, and I'll tell you why. They're a short-term resolution to a technically long-term problem. When you say diet, you'll think of Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Fit Tea, any other type of dieting thing on the market. And what do they all have in common? You join them, you'll do them for a bit, you stop. And it's about, you bounce backwards and forwards. They have their place. I'm not going to sit here and degrade them. But for people who actually want to keep their weight off or have a healthier life, having the dieting mindset isn't the way to go. Did you know it's estimated that 97% of people will regain everything they lost and then more within 3 years of stopping dieting? That's a lot of people. It's an estimation, it's not perfect, but give or take, that is still a lot of people. And it can be resolved, but you have to change the mental thinking, the mental side of things, the psychological side of things, because the diet culture and the diet mindset is toxic. Firstly, there's plenty of people and companies that profit off this. It's a $61 million industry, and you're crazy to think that they're going to sell you the solution when they can throw a middleman in, create up their own ways, mask the actual resolution and profit off it. That's exactly what they do. There are companies out there that can promise quick fixes. You can lose this in certain days, you can do this, you can use a machine to target this, or you can drink this in the morning to detox. Side note, you don't need a detox, you've got organs that do that for you. Drink this, you'll drop this amount. And it doesn't work like that. You can't lose X amount of weight in a week. You can't drop a stone in a week. You can't use a machine that targets your abs. It doesn't work like that. And the sooner we actually realise this, and people actually start to take ownership for their own body and their own actions, and actually are willing to put the work in, this is where progress is made. Maintaining weight loss takes time to learn. It takes a lot of self-discipline and motivation, but it can be done. And in all honesty, it's not about maintaining it, it's about learning the skills, so you know if ever life gets ahead of you, which it does with everyone, and you may put on a few pounds, you know that you can turn that round before it gets out of hand again. You know you can, you know, bring back your calories, you can track what you eat for a bit, be a bit more conscious for a few weeks, and bring your body fat back down or your weight back down. And then you can go back to doing what you were doing. It's having the tools to use it when you need it, to bring it out when you need it. Because if you're doing it constantly, what's the point? It's, you know, life's too short to be constantly watching what you're eating and drinking, all in the name of being skinny or, you know, slimmer. I completely promote healthier, you know, being healthier, and sure, if you're obese or overweight, lose some weight, but in the next instance, only use it when you need it. Don't obsess, get out of the diet culture, enjoy life at the same time. I fully promote being in a calorie deficit and still enjoying the foods that you love. There is not a bad food. You can eat what you want. I mean, for God's sake, most nights after dinner I eat a cornetto. You can eat what you want. There's no such thing as a bad food. You're not going to eat one chocolate bar a day and that's it, you're not going to lose weight. It doesn't work like that. What I'm trying to get at is, the sooner we make lifestyle changes instead of trying to start a diet, is the sooner we are going to actually make progress, and you will actually sustain it and stick to it. You can start a diet, cut out everything, carbs, wine, you know, chocolate, sweets, bad foods, and how long will you stick to it? Be honest with yourself. How long have you stuck to it in the past? I've known people stick to it 3-4 days, maybe a week, and then they've resolved back, oh, can't do it, oh, this, you know, blah, 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 stress. And what people don't realise is, when you restrict yourself, it leads to binging. Restriction equals binging, and because when you're stopping yourself having it, you're craving it more. So why not have it in small quantities? You know, if you want a chocolate bar a day, have a chocolate bar a day. There's no such thing as a bad food. Your body's not going to get a smell of chocolate and then boom, your weight plateau, you put 10 pound on. It doesn't work like that. You can eat what you want within reason and still lose weight. Life is about still enjoying things in moderation, and I would much rather see someone, a client of mine or anyone, make small changes within their life, not all at once, maybe, you know, every other week or just when they see fit, and make small changes that build up to the bigger picture. Because when you start implementing small changes and building better habits within your exercise routine and your diet, your actual diet, what you eat, you're going to see more long-term sustained results. But just to reiterate, there is no such thing as a bad food. A calorie is a calorie. There's more nutritionally dense food, and then there's more of your empty calories. So obviously you're going to get more from, you know, more nutritionally dense food, like your proteins, like your fish, your meat, or say your fruit with your fibre, and the sugars, or you've got your nuts with your healthy fats, or obviously you go towards more sweets and cakes like chocolate, where it's going to be more carbs, you know, practically no protein. So it's just getting out of the diet mindset that there's a bad food. There's not a bad food. There's no such thing as a bad food. There's nutrition. There's more nutritionally dense food where, you know, you might benefit a bit more from it, especially if you are like trying to hit macros with your protein and your fats and your fibre and your carbs. Or there's less nutritionally dense food, which is more of your empty calories, which is like your sweets, your chocolates, or even like your alcohol. I mean, I've got a client who had never tracked food before, didn't know what a calorie deficit was. I sat down, I told her all about it, I worked calories out with her, I explained everything to her. It's daunting when you first start, you know, I'm telling you all this, I'm reeling off numbers, I'm telling you this, that, and the odd BMR, TDE, and to be honest, you just want to know how to lose weight, that's it. And I probably throw a lot of science at you, like a lot of PTs do, and you're like, don't care, just want to lose the weight. So I started small, and we started implementing small habits which built up to a bigger picture. We started off, I just got her to, before she was eating something, just reading, you know, the nutrition labels, actually looking at the calories of it. She liked to binge eat quite a lot, so I got her to look at the calories and be more conscious of what she was eating, which actually, when she was looking at the calories and how much the calorie content was, she actually decided not to and was putting it back. So she was building, you know, small habits based on this. She was eating more consciously, and obviously when you're looking for the calories and you're being more conscious, you might actually decide, actually no, I don't want it. You know, it's something as simple as that. And actually just through doing this and building on this day by day, she's actually got to the point now where she doesn't actively track her calories like on her phone or write them down, but she has a good, she guesstimates how much she's actually eaten. She does keep a kind of track in her head of what she's eaten on a day, which is amazing progress. She's actually lost 2 stone doing this. So again, it's better to be consistently inconsistent than do nothing at all, because what gets tracked gets, you know, can get managed and can get changed. And just through starting it that little bit and just getting her to actually read the food labels and be more conscious, she's built on this, and she's actually built a habit on actually tracking what she's, you know, what she's consuming on a day. And she'll actually work out, well, you know, guesstimate how much she's got left for the day, or if she could go over on a certain day, or have, you know, treat herself a bit more. And that's an amazing achievement, especially because when she started, she didn't know anything, and to lose over 2 stone with this is an amazing achievement, and I'm very proud of her. And a lot of people seem to think if they, you know, they go out for a meal, or they have a drink, or they have you know, eat more less nutritionally dense food, than they should, you know, more, they consume more chocolate or sweets than they should, that the diet's over, they failed it, what do? You know, they go into a complete meltdown, I'm just going to eat everything, they start binging. You don't need to. Just remember, one hot day doesn't make a summer. You can literally put it behind you, it's happened, forget about it, close it, it's done, and go back to fresh start tomorrow. Simple as that. Honestly, probably won't even make a difference. The metabolism in the body is a wonderful thing. Obviously, if you were doing it every day, this is where it builds up and this is where it would start to make a difference. But one day, it's not going to make a difference. This is why I stress so much about not mulling on it and actually just, you know, if we all have slip-ups, weight loss isn't linear, and if it was, it'd be very, very easy, but it's not. Weight goes up and down. Weight loss is a very hard journey. It's learning about your body a lot, and this is why I just stress, stick to it. If you have a slip-up, close it, you know, put it in a book, close it, that's it, it's done. Start fresh and chip away again, because it's when you start fresh and you chip away again, this is what makes the progress. This is the 1% that makes a difference.